In part 2 of section 10, we're going to be talking about equality of matrices. Definition 10.3 says two matrices are equal if and only if they have the same order, and they use m by n to represent the order. Now that's the first condition for equality. And when we say m by n, we're talking about the number of rows has to match the number of columns. And then there's a second condition that says, and you must have corresponding entries be equal as well. So when it comes to talking about corresponding entries, we're talking about looking at the same row, same column for each side of the equation. And so the matrix on the left side, first row, first column, has to be the same entry that's in the matrix on the right side, first row, first column. So this line here talking about Aij equaling Bij is talking about exactly that. You have to go to each row and each column, and it says that for I, you have to go from the first row all the way to the last column, because there's supposed to be m columns, or rows rather. And then for J, we're going to be looking at the columns. You start from the first column and go all the way to the nth column, which is whatever the last one is. So as long as you go through all of them, check to see that they're all equal, every element, then you've done your job. So example 10.3 says, find the value for x and y so that the matrices are equal. So if I start with the 1, 1 entry, on the left matrix we have x, and on the right matrix we have 11. So if these matrices are in fact equal, then that means that the x would also have to be 11 in order for this to be true. If I go to the 2, 1 entry, second row, first column, I see a 6 and a 6, those match. If I go to the 2, 2 entry, I see 7 and 7, those match. And then if we go to the first row, second column, I can see that y plus 3 is supposed to be equal to 5. And so I can use the fact that y plus 3 needs to equal 5 to then set up an equation, and I can solve for y. So I have a value for x needs to be 11, and I have the value for y. And this is not an ordered pair situation, it's just x represents one element, and then y is used to help represent another element once you add 3 to it.